I would like to introduce to you our Cum Laude speaker, a gentleman with whom most of you are very familiar, our Director of Admissions and a graduate of the class of 1980, Mr. John Wuorinen. Please welcome him to the stage.
Upper school students, parents, faculty, and guests. Welcome, seniors. Good morning. Welcome, seniors, to your last 24 hours as an Academy student. Yeehaw! Most of you already know me. I'm the Director of Admissions here at Academy and the father of Calvin. And 2 recent graduates as well. I started here in 4th grade back in 1971, graduated in 1980, and returned right after college to join the math faculty. I filled quite a few roles here since: teacher, coach, department chair, and dean. Back in 1984, when I came back, when I returned, I was selected as the Cum Laude secretary. Woo! As the secretary, I've spoken at about 30 of these ceremonies. You see, it's the secretary's responsibility to give a brief canned speech recounting the history and traditions of the society. Cum Laude secretaries have spoken at honors assemblies since the early 20s. In fact, originally Academy's honors assembly, back then they were called chapels, were held just for Cum Laude induction. The academic awards were given at graduation and have added to this assembly over the years. I'm excited today because Mrs. Soderberg asked me to give the Cum Laude speech. I get to deviate from my usual Cum Laude induction protocol and share my thoughts. But because of the topic I've chosen this morning, I've got to start with parts of the old canned speech that I've given over the years. I've never bothered to memorize it, but after so many years, I can recite most of it by heart. And some of the faculty who've heard me so many years can probably join me. So here's just a quick synopsis. In 1906, Dr. Abram W. Harris, director of the Tome School in Maryland, decided that academic achievement in high school deserved special recognition. He envisioned a society modeled after Phi Beta Kappa to honor outstanding scholarship in schools of superior academic quality. 2 years later, the newly formed Cum Laude Society granted charters to the Tome School, Phillips Exeter. And this is actually, when I start naming the names of the schools, it's where I always lose it and I end up skipping back to my speech. Those aren't important right now, but I do want to read the next part of my traditional speech to be sure it's 100% accurate, because it pertains particularly to my thoughts today. The three-word motto of the society specifies qualities which each member of the society should have as his or her personal goals and should endeavor to encourage in society at large. The Greek words are arete, dike, time, excellence, justice, and honor. The speech I usually give goes on and talks about the connotations of the Greek words. But even without going into those into depth right here, everyone believes that those three ideals are worth striving for and encouraging for all time. I like the motto, and I think Academy has a strong tradition of students striving for and encouraging excellence, justice, and honor. I'm proud of our school for being one of the early members of Cum Laude. We were granted a charter in 1921. There were only 17 schools nationwide ahead of us. But here's something interesting I found out as I was doing research for my talk today. Few people know that Dr. Abram W. Harris, the director of the Tome School in Maryland and founder of Cum Laude, originally had a 4-word motto. He included Alda Deo, doggedness. While I like the 3-word motto, I actually think we should reintroduce Alda Deo. If we think about doggedness, it includes drive, determination, resilience. Academically speaking, these traits are often at the heart of scholarship. Outside of academia, at its best, doggedness allows us to persevere in the face of adversity. In 1906, I'm sure those attributes were as important to success as they are now. Today, I bet we would translate Alda Deo as grit. When I think about doggedness, I wonder how it ever could have been left out of the motto. But I got to wondering, Why Aldea? Why doggedness? That seems an odd choice of words to me. There must be plenty of perfectly good Greek words that were a bit more mainstream. How about just perseverance? Why pick doggedness? Consider the word doggedness. Obviously, we can't avoid the root word, dog. Parse it out a bit, and we move quickly to dogginess. And what does a good doggy do? We think about all the good characteristics of dogs, and aha, I'm convinced I understand Dr. Harris's choice for the fourth word in the motto. Here's the backstory. Dr. Harris was a dog lover, and dogs played key roles in his early years. As a young child, his Irish setter, Scentwell, defended him from an attacking coyote. As a boy, Dr. Harris fell ill with the deadly typhus disease. Scentwell was the only companion allowed into the sick boy's bedroom, and the dog lifted his spirits as he struggled with his high fever. Dr. Harris's mother was infirm and often bedridden. Her black lab, Cora, was an early version of a service dog. So words with a root of dog must have been special to Dr. Harris. A careful motto choice allowed Dr. Harris to include the bravery and loyalty of Scentwell. Picking the right word allowed Dr. Harris to include the generosity of his selfless and dependable Cora, who served his mother endlessly. The perfect term meant Dr. Harris could include in the society's slogan the happy attitude of Scentwell, who raised the spirits of a sick boy. Given that information, it makes good sense to me that Dr. Abram W. Harris would choose a word whose etymology comes from dog. For the motto of his newly founded society, doggedness, dogginess, both can include the traits of loyalty, spreading joy, and altruism, as well as the perseverance piece so central to good scholarship. Dr. Harris recognized the importance of the connection of the scholar to the outside world that is so vital. A question remains, however. Why didn't Dr. Harris keep his four-word motto? Maybe three-word mottos in 1906 were all the rage. Maybe the cat lobby was very strong, and in overt references to dogs was seen as a slam against cats. Or maybe it's because I've been telling a bit of a fib here. While Dr. Abram W. Harris was the director of the Tome School, and he was the founder of the Cum Laude Society, I really know nothing at all other than that about him. You can say just about anything up here on the scholarship stage and have people believe you. Taking some serious artistic license, I made up the dog stories so that I can float my own view of what the motto ought to be. It was a speech that includes some historical fiction, okay? Officially, the society has only the three words, arete, dike, and time. Excellence, justice, and honor. Great words, no doubt, but I'd like to see them complemented by aldea, doggedness, because it injects vital pieces of loyalty, joy, and gratitude that complete the connection of head and heart. I believe in my forward motto. I'm sure that Dr. Harris's original motto was perfect for the early 20th century, but I think our world is more challenging than his. Now more than ever, it needs lots of very smart people who are filled with that dogginess and doggedness I spoke of. Dogs are always excited and open to possibilities. Have you ever met a cynical dog? Have you ever met a disloyal dog? Dogs look for ways to connect and engage optimistically with virtually everyone they meet. And that's really the key piece here. Engage optimistically. If we all commit to the ideal of aldea, we will be connected more positively, and we will flourish individually and collectively. all be better for it. Of course, there's little chance the National Cum Laude Society will change the motto. Until they do, I'll just encourage each of you